The great word harmony. What does it mean to be harmonious within? Well, according to its definitions, harmony is the agreement of pleasing arrangements or parts of one accord. You see, even in music, the great word harmony is represented as a simultaneous arrangement of tone. As we see that harmony is used to bring together parts, as we see in music through the arrangements of tones. So there you go. We've seen how, harmony is used through music frequencies, sounds, and tones. But the question begins, how do we harmonize our internal world? You see, the great meaning of harmony itself is to bring forth that internal vibrancy and unity within us, first and all around us. The harmonizing aspects within us is within three part folds of our body. One, the emotional body. Two, the mental body. And three, the physical body. So let's see how we could go forth and harmonize all aspects of these three bodies to harmonize the internal vessel within us. First, our emotional body. You see, we are such emotional creatures that everything within and around us. Let's say you receive a compliment from somebody. Oh, you look so beautiful today. I like your hair. I like your outfit. You see, that sends shockwaves through your body of such a frequency of maybe you feel good on the inside. You feel such love. You feel such, that connection between you and the other person. That is, of course, bringing forth harmony within you. On the opposite end, you receive an insulting remark. Oh, you're ugly. You're rude. Let's say somebody cuts you off in traffic when you're driving. You start throwing curse insults and, back and forth between each other. First of all, that creates that internal disharmony within you and the anger and, just the pulsating sensations that you feel. Now, you're there in traffic and, some people really get road rage. They start following each other and, God knows what else that they do. So in that case, a good way to harmonize yourself is to just sit there. Take a deep breath. Release of that insult and mishap that just happened between you and that other person during sitting in traffic. You have to now tell yourself, how can I not get attached to what that person's throwing at me? Maybe you could go in a reflection mode. Maybe that person is having a really bad day. Maybe that person is just, going through certain things in their life, or they're just in that pace where they're always in a rush, and so you could, if you want to say a prayer, if you feel like the person may not receive it, you could just say it, in your own vehicle. May this person soul be blessed. May their heart be filled with warmth and eternal love within and all around it. Then just by doing that, you're already creating that harmony, because the energetic frequency will be raised throughout you and going forth, into the nature elements of the air and just released. Maybe you could start singing one of your favorite songs. Love is the answer. You see, as we see, music is a good way to go forth and just create harmony. Now, on a broader scale, to harmonize the emotional body, we often could see that doing our meditations is a very good way. Meditations and yoga is a very great way to raise our body's energetic frequency and connect with the greater universe, as we are all one within and everything around us. So you see, it's so many different ways. It's so many. It don't have to be a two-way conversation, as in the case of sitting in your car in traffic. You could just simply do it one-on-one, and when you bring forth that harmony, nothing that the other person says to you is gonna even touch you. Your energetic field is gonna block it off from you. So that's number one, bringing harmony within your emotional body. Number two, your mental body. Oh, your mental body has so many thoughts going on through it all day long. Except for when you go to sleep, of course, your consciousness takes a little break and a rest. Now we have to now see to it that we live in this conditional world where we pick up everything from the nature around us, from others, and just, everything that surrounds us. Whether, the wind is blowing too strong and you start feeling cold, or it's too hot and you start processing all of this information, and your perceptions begin to form. Now, a lot of times we gravitate, because we have been living in this low frequency 3D world, we have often gravitated to what seems and perceived to be the negative ones, because in our egoic state of mind, it's almost like we always want to look for something else to problem solve in our own little way. It's like the brain has been used in that way for eons and ages, instead of just being in a resting development state of mind. Now, let's say, as we using the example of the emotional body, you sitting in your car and you're receiving that insult, from a road rager. You're now maybe it's your spouse and you guys are having an argument, and the person says to you, oh, you're so dumb, you don't know how to do anything, you're not smart at all. It might be something to do with the finances, and maybe you were having a certain day and you misplaced something, or they maybe ask you a question based on something dealing with the finances, and they start throwing those insults. And of course, first thing, you may, depending on how you view and perceive things, if many people have told you that in your life, you may either start actually believing that lie. You may actually go into a state of mind, oh wow, am I that really dumb, or not smart, as your spouse just told you? And even like your emotional body's reacting, and you go in that mental state of mind where all these negative, you start even having those negative self-talk about yourself. Or if you're somebody that you've probably received so many compliments of being smart, but certain days, certain things happen, your spouse's perception of you have nothing to do with you, but only a mere internal response about projecting how they truly feel about themselves. You see, that person may have been told that all their life, and they now is taking it out of their own emotional and mental body and throwing it on you, just because of the condition and of the world. We see that when things go wrong, the first thing is to start throwing insults and jabs at each other. Now, a good way to do that is, if you have built up enough of the mental emotional strength, You may, you don't even have to respond. Or you could even respond to your spouse and say, I'm sorry you feel that way, but that's not how I see myself. And you simply carry on. They could keep on, throwing their insults, but it don't touch you. You now could go into your own internal state of mind and maybe reflect at maybe times when you feel so smart in your life. You may have been in high school or college and you receive so much compliments from your great grades, and you tell yourself like, wow, what is this person talking about? Like, that person that they're talking about, I don't think it's me. Maybe they see a shadow behind me, but I don't think they're talking to me. So there you've already went within your mental body and recreated that story of being dumb or not smart. Another thing that could help you to fully come into full alignment with your mental body is doing some affirmations daily. You start speaking, your self-talk, as in your emotional body. The I am statement. The I am as in that, the I am smart. The I am such a beautiful person. The I am such a multi-dimensional being, ever expanding in the greatest essence of love. So whatever somebody throws at you, you will not hold on to that attachment. And of course, you're bringing harmony within you. Now, like we stated earlier, we go forth with great music to harmonize within ourselves. We could go to our favorite music, If you're a person that you like dancing through music, maybe you turn on something that just makes you rock, and maybe it's a certain like musical frequency that speaks to you and just expresses great love, and you go forth and listen to that. Now finally, we have to cater to our physical body, because as within, so without. We've dealt with the internal body, vessel, the mental, emotional body, but what about our physical body that helps us carry on and be fulfilled with strength for daily tasks in this life? Well, you may often feel pain, sickness may come upon you, and you see everything starts within the energetic field. We could say the emotional energetic field. And as we've used these examples of, jabs and insults based on the emotional and mental bodies, we could, and now it's time to release it. Well, a good way to do so is by physical exercise. You first, maybe stretch, if you're into yoga, you do those yoga meditative exercise. You could even talk to that certain part of your body, saying the word release, release, release from your body to release this great pain. You could do another form of maybe physical activity, maybe sports, if you're into playing netball, volleyball, just anything that could, when you do those physical exercise, you're actually releasing toxins from your body, even from your brain area, the release of serotonin, and that clears your mental body and the emotional body in turn. So there we've discussed all the three aspects of bringing harmony within us and in essence all around us. Now we've seen the greatest aspect of harmony lies in our musical frequencies and tones. So on a daily basis, take those steps to harmonize the internal body vessels within you of your emotional, mental, and physical body, and incorporate this great harmonizer of all time, music, into your internal body. So go forth and harmonize your internal world with such great musical tones.